So we now have another full match. These guys are going quickly enough. They're able to get some full matches on, which is really nice. So we are going to go over to the match between Singapore and Italy. Our next losers bracket match, where they are, looks like already on into their first warm-up, or getting into their first warm-up soon at least. So I'm gonna take a quick moment here, update a lot of things, and we'll get right into this one shortly here in just a moment. All right, so we're gonna have Singapore versus Italy. These are our 9th seeded Singapore versus our 14th seeded Italy through the qualifiers. Singapore victorious over Uruguay 6-2 in the round of 32, dropping in a tiebreaker to South Korea last week 6-5. Very impressive showing, honestly, there. Setting up their match here. Meanwhile, Italy dropped to Norway 6-2 in the round of 32. Victorious over Kazakhstan 6-1 last week in losers bracket round 1. set up our match here. Singapore on the left side of your screen going to be consisting of Captain Kitty, joined by Dawnwing, X-Imperia, Lowslight, Megumik, Moosepai, Artisan, and RT0. Nice matching names there, right? Artisan, RT0. Italy on the right-hand side of the screen. Captained by Kirochi, joined by Mare, Condizionatore, Kane, Kirin, Simon Trapani, Surfy, and Wonder. Stylistically, very interesting matchup here. These two teams, quite different. You know, Singapore, kind of the team we always think of as like really good at reading and gimmicky type of stuff. You know, people like Moosepai, RT0, Artisan, obviously known for that sort of skill set. Meanwhile, Italy typically opting a little more into mechanics based, as we saw, you know, kind of in other tournaments that they've been in, like OWC last year, 3WC as well. A little more about aim and such. So I think this should be a very interesting matchup stylistically. I'm very curious to see what kind of maps these two teams pick and ban in this particular matchup. It does appear that Italy were victorious in the roll, so they will have their choice of first pick, well, first ban, second pick, or first pick, second ban. The merits of which, of course, we've discussed at length and are really up to individual teams. I think personally second pick is optimal, but some people would prefer having second ban instead. It looks like that's what Italy's gonna do. They're gonna do second ban, first pick here. Singapore, meanwhile, gonna have the first ban and second pick in this matchup. France, or Italy, Canada has stayed alive one more pick at least against France, victorious in Proud Dust. So I believe that's a 5-3 score there. Kokuraku Jodo currently being played. And we're just gonna put on some background music here for the ban phase. Hang on, I'm just gonna find a random song. Gonna find a random song for the ban phase, so we don't have to listen to that thing. We're gonna get started with first ban from Singapore, Nomad 2. As Happy Summer Vacation. Italy choosing to first ban Hidden One. A lot of teams banning Hidden One. Seems to have been a pretty popular ban so far. Very kind of difficult hidden pick. Italy might just double ban Hidden in this matchup, honestly. I could see them banning Hidden 1 and Hidden 2 against this Singapore team. Singapore, meanwhile, if they ban Nomad 2, maybe they ban DT 1 or 2. Could ban Sanagi or Darkish if that's kind of the direction they want to go. Get rid of kind of the speed stream based maps. It's gonna be Hard Rock 1 instead. So that is Grenade being banned out. I don't know if I've seen them banned at all. We haven't even seen it played on stream yet. I think it's been played all maybe one time. Not been the most popular map in this pool. General. I think Nomad 5 is just getting completely ignored, though. Feels like it just doesn't exist. And it is a double hidden ban from Italy, so they're gonna ban hidden. Oops. They're gonna ban hidden 1 and hidden 2, Boozehound and Entelekia. Gone from the pool, so Singapore will only have 1 hidden, but there's other options in the pool that they can go into, so I think that'll be fine for them. Italy, similarly, will have a lot of options to choose from, and we'll get to see their first of those selections right now. It is their first pick in this. And France has closed out the match against Canada. Gokuraku Jodo, a victory by about 300,000 points. That is, I believe, a 6-2-3 final score in favor of France. They will move onward into the losers bracket round 3. They'll take on Norway. And the instant Nomad 1 pick here from Italy. So it's let's daze, let's excitement as the first pick that'll be played here. It's going to be Kitty, Glowslight, RT0, and a 4th for Singapore. Against Kiroshi, Kane, Simon Trapani, and Wonder, it looks like, for Italy. This is a very, very standard Nomad 1, for the most part. Couple little awkward stream or bursts, but for the most part, you know, it's a Kotachi aim map, so it's like not as 1-2-y as some of the modern aim mappers, but relatively player friendly. As long as you can aim 6.62 star aim maps, I guess, then you're good. The Dawnwing coming in as the 4th member for Singapore. We're gonna get underway here. First map of the match. And we're at long last down to only 1 match going on at this time. So we made it through the 6 matches or whatever that took place over the last 2 hours. Somehow, some way. You do have, you know, just a decent amount of aim sections in this map. Don't want to miss anywhere else. It can be forgiven to miss on the big back and forth jumps, but really anywhere else is going to feel pretty bad. Like that Kitty missing on the last note of that jump section. Not optimal for Singapore here. So Italy going to take an early lead. I would say that this is not Singapore's real strong suit, this type of map. Italy will have a small early lead. Not a lot, but a little bit of a lead. Accuracy staying pretty strong for most doubles. Most everyone. I really can't talk today. I need more water. It always feels like there's so little to talk about on Nomad 1s, because like other than the jump sections, there's just nothing that you should really expect to see any breaks on, and that's exactly what's happening here. We saw Kitty with those couple of breaks on the jumps, and that's it. Nobody else has missed. There's still 7 FCs, and Italy just holding on to the lead based on that 1 FC difference. Very good accuracy still from everyone. Kane missing on really nothing, and that's going to lead Singapore. Match was hanging by a thread there. Singapore's going to take advantage now, especially with Wonder finding the next break for Italy. Couple of difficult little streams as we get into the next section here after. Oh, and Donwig breaks on the aim there as well. It is still advantage Singapore. It's 2 FCs and 1 big combo against just 2 FCs and nothing really behind them for Italy. I'm thinking about the wrong map with the streams. Could be totally stupid. RT0 with the break, Kitty with the break, Wonder as well. But that is big. That is Italy going to take an advantage now. It's going to be Double FC and Kirochi and Simone Trapani. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of the wrong map. What map is it that has the stream in the after like an aim section, huh? It's one in this pool. Obviously not this one. But Italy is going to erode that lead and take it right back over. Kirochi and Simone Trapani still in the FCs. Just low slight with any sort of combo for Singapore. This one's going to go Italy's way pretty handily now. Just the ending to come, as long as those 2 players hold on okay. Singapore, you know, they had their advantage, they had their opportunity, but it just did fall apart for them, unfortunately. And there goes the FC from low slight, so this one is going to come to a rapid end. Italy going to end up winning by a couple 100,000 points, probably. Not the worst if you're Singapore. It's your opponent's first pick. Italy's going to feel pretty decent about this with the likely FC here on Simone Trapani. Pretty good plays from Kirochi, Kane, and Wonder not having the greatest of time, but not the end of the world there for either team. Simone Trapani does finish out the FC. So it's Italy victorious on their first pick of Nomad 1. S rank from Kane. 3 misses from Kirochi. Pretty good plays from Italy. Honestly, very solid plays from Singapore as well. Just a couple untimely breaks, and you lose a lot of score for where those misses were. That'll be first pick going over now next to Singapore. See what they respond with. The expectation here is that Singapore would probably pick a gimmicky type of map. So something like Nomad 5, Nomad 6, Remod 1 or 2. We'll see what it is, though. I could be like misreading them too. This could have been a roster that was put together that's actually super well rounded and can play anything in the pool. I mean, not get ahead of ourselves, I suppose. It's gonna be Hidden 3, Nushikui Psychedelism. So this kind of to be expected because of the double hidden ban from Italy. This is kind of the Nomad 1 of the hidden pool. Pretty straightforward for the most part. Does not take a ton of other skill sets into play. I think this is the map I was actually thinking of with streams in it. Which with hidden are all the more difficult than they would have been with Nomad. We're gonna see Kitty, Megumik, Low Slight, and Moose Pie for Singapore. We see Serpy, Kane, Simone Trapani, and Kirochi for Italy. Singapore looking to tie things up 1-1 on their own first pick after they emerged victorious on first pick of the match. And this is the similar sort of feeling to the Nomad 1, where you really probably shouldn't break most places in this map, and it's going to feel pretty bad if you miss on like silly little things like Hirochi and Kitty just both broke on. 3 FCs to 3 in the early goings here. Oh, Megamic breaking on the little 1/3, but Kane breaking as well, so 2 breaks per team, both traded immediately. Serpy, Simone Trapani FCing, Moose Pie, Low Slight both FCing. Would have an accuracy lead, I believe, for Italy, but there goes Serpy. Easy to break on the bursts and the streams with Hidden, and Low Slight breaking right immediately thereafter, so all these just being traded, and Serpy did not, in fact, break. That was just Bancho. So Italy now with the advantage. Kane, though, breaking right after. Gonna help Singapore stay in touch on this one. Simone Trapani and Serpy, the double FC. Moose Pie, the FC for Singapore. Maybe the strat to survive through the first couple key eyes and then hope you're better on the hidden stream. I don't know. Italy, though, with a bit of a lead thus far, about 80,000 points. There's a break from Kane once again, but Serpy, Simone Trapani are doing work here. The double FC and the about 500 combo from Kirochi backing them up. Singapore with decent combo across the board. They'll definitely keep this in touch, intact. We'll avoid falling too far behind. Here we go into this guitar solo. Some aim, which players should be able to hit just fine. And then you get the hidden stream. This is where things get very tricky. Simone Trapani, Moose Pie, and Kitty all immediately breaking, followed by Megamech and Kirochi. Serpy holding the FC. Kane holding a big combo as well, and that really probably just won it for Italy. Low Slight with a 530 combo, and it's just not going to be enough, I don't think, for Singapore. Serpy with the very important combo hold through that section. That is so just like, it's actually fucked. I mean, it's 210 BPM, hidden, like, weird stream to aim, very difficult. Like, it's a diff spike is really what it is. That's 4 breaks. Low Slight, Megamic, Serpy, and Kirochi all breaking at the same time. And if this one wasn't over already, it certainly is by now. Italy emerging stronger on the first pick for Singapore here. Hidden going in favor of the Italian squad. It's going to be a 2-0 lead with an early break point in favor of Italy. And they will have the opportunity to take a sizable early lead here, 2-0 in their own pick to come. Very strong performance from Serpy there, 818k, the best score in the lobby by 200,000 points. Only 2 misses and 1,000 combo. Very well done from him, helping to carry Italy to that victory. That was really why they won it. 353,000 point margin, and 210 of that was just on him. He has to play Corsace, so we'll see if that affects Italy's roster and performance the rest of this match. He's actually prioing that, or if he's going to try to play both or what, not sure. See what Italy goes into as their second pick. We've got Nomad 1 and then the Nomad 1 of the hidden pool. Italy is going to opt into free mod 2 as their second pick. Hibiscus by Wisp X. The quiet comb. Deceptively simple sounding free mod pick. CS5 AR8. So, you know, your choice. CS 6.5 or AR8 hidden. Nice little single tap patterns for y'all on this one. It's the type of thing that I would actually expect both of these teams to be pretty good at. This, I think, should be a pretty contested pick once again. I mean, with the first two maps going Italy's way by over 300,000 points, but miss here and there can really change that up, or one slightly less strong performance. Kitty, Artisan, Low Slate, Moose Pie. With Artisan hidden, Low Slate, Hard Rock. Against Wonder, Kane, Simone Chobani, Kirochi with Wonder, Hard Rock, and Simone Chobani hidden. This is going to be like the Moose Pie no-mod play. See how Artisan does? Okay, not well, I guess. Already a couple early breaks from Kitty and Artisan for Singapore. Italy maintaining 4 full combos through the intro here. Just kidding. Kane breaking immediately as soon as I say that. That is how it goes, isn't it? But we start off alright here for Italy. I always forget Moose Pie plays like actually mouse one. Insane. Imagine playing keyboard only. Or mouse only, I mean, what keyboard only? You can't play keyboard only, you wouldn't be able to aim. Imagine playing mouse only though, like what? Ow. 160,000 point lead here for Italy. Largely based on Artisan having some trouble. Almost that entire score difference. Just maybe a bit of an accolade as well. Post light down at 92% act, not helping things out for Singapore. However, that is a break from Wonder. Feels like I'm casting League of Legends with a player named Wonder. This is not the LEC. CS 6.5 Hard Rock is so tricky. The precision aim required is just incredibly difficult. Hiroshi fighting breaks both Wonder once again, so Simone Chobani with the FC here for Italy. Kane trying to back him up, but meanwhile Singapore has risen. Moose Pie, Low Slide, and Kitty all with big combos. Artisan doing pretty well for himself too. And this one looking like it's going to go in favor of Singapore. Just the last few moments of the song to come. We did see a break from Kirochi, followed up by Low Slide, but it is Moose Pie with an FC still intact. Kitty with a near FC, though. Two no-mod players really strongly carrying this one for Singapore. And that is going to be, it looks like, the break point right on back. I feel like single clicks. Is that... What if it's easier to single click? And I guess, I don't know how difficult that is compared to single tapping if you're a keyboard and whatever player. At any rate, it is Singapore 600,000 point victors on this one. The FC from Moose by the near FC from Kitty. Very well done by Singapore. Really having some trouble with that map despite it being their own pick. Hirochi, Wonder, and Kane all finishing under 600k. Meanwhile, Moose Pie with the FC at 919k. So not perhaps the optimal pick from Italy. Did really think that was going to be a Moose Pie map, and it indeed was. And it's going to be the double time number 2 pick here from Singapore as their second pick of the match. That is Darkish, Light Insane, difficulty 247, BPM, Air 10. Pretty burst and stream heavy pick here. We'll see how the speed players do. The streamy bursty boys. 247 as we said, so it's relatively high BPM. I mean, not like super comfortable unless you're pretty solid. It's slow enough that it's accessible, but fast enough that if you're not that comfy with the higher BPMs, you might have some trouble. Have a nice middle ground type of BPM. Not at one of those ridiculous like 280, 290 BPM burst stream maps, but you know, it's not like just a 220 or something either. It does appear that we're set. So it is going to be Megumik, Artisan, Lowslight, and Dawnwing taking on Kirochi, Kane, Serpy, and Kieran over on the side of Italy. Singapore looking to tie things up if they can win these 2 points in a row here on the break point and their own pick thereafter. No breaks in the early goings. All players able to maintain their FCs. Just about the accuracy. Lowslight down at 88%. Lowest by a pretty solid big margin. Kieran still at 99%. Serpy just under 99%. So Italy going to have a pretty drastic accuracy lead here in the early stages of this pick. Going to give them already almost over 100,000 point lead. In fact, just on accuracy. It is still 8 FCs, but it is 100,000 points worth of accuracy difference. And there's a break from Dawnwing for Singapore. Not sure about this pick. Maybe they didn't know what they were getting into with Kieran, Serpy, Kirochi, all looking really good. All 98% or above. Kieran at 99.5. And even Kane just holding onto his combo, and that's what really matters. 200,000 point lead despite the difference only being accuracy and 1 FC. There's a break from Kane, so that'll level things out, 3 FCs to 3. But as long as Italy maintains this combo, or this accuracy advantage, excuse me, the combo won't really be quite as important as it would otherwise. Oh, there's a break from Kieran, who was the best accuracy, and Serpy breaking right after him, so there goes that combo lead immediately. Kirochi, the only FC left now for Italy. Meanwhile, Artisan, Megumik, and Lowslight all holding their FCs, and there goes Kirochi as well. This is going to be really sad if Italy just continues this accuracy, but with these breaks. Kane missing again, Dawnwing missing again for Singapore, but Megumik, Artisan, and Lowslight holding on still to their FCs. Singapore actually just combo gaming the living hell out of Italy right now. Only one player, or two players doing as well as the lowest accuracy from Italy, and yet they're still winning because they're comboing. That's really something. Singapore is going to win this one. I don't know how I feel about the fact that Singapore is going to win this point by about 600,000 points. I mean, at the end of the day, Osu is a combo game after all, but this is like just sad. The 92%, 94% accuracy. But they're FCing, and that's what matters. Oh, man. Oh, good job, Singapore. That's a 1,000,000-point victory. That map is, it's so polarizing. A lot of times we've seen this one by 1,000,000 points plus because it really just comes down to who can combo as opposed to who can act. 94% on Artisan, 92% on Lowslight, 99% on Kieran, 97% on Serpy, 96.8% on Kirochi. So they had 3 players better than the lowest or the highest accuracy from Singapore, but Singapore just better comboing, and that's all that it turned out to matter. As Low Slight, 92% FC, our ties and Mega Mick both FCing as well. And that is 2-2. So Italy starting off with a held point and a break point, and Singapore responding with a break point and a held point of their own. Tie it up. Now we've got kind of a best of 7 remaining on our hands here. So we're gonna get Nomad 4 as the 3rd pick from Italy. You've seen this one, I believe, just one time previously. In the Norway versus Belgium matchup. The Vert Extra Diff does not really compare to the top diff by Zwibe. It's much heavier on the aim, but does still require some pretty decent aim from ya. And some interesting rhythms as well, with it being kind of a double BPM. Some awkward-ish rhythms in a few places. Some big spaced out alternating patterns as well. Looks like we're gonna be set to go into Gokuraku Jodo. It's gonna be Moose Pie, Kitty, Low Slight, and RT0 against Kiroshi, Kane, Serpy, and Simone Ani. Make our way towards 17 UTC and the last match of the day at that time. Kitty not loading into the net. There we are. Just 2-2, 40 minutes into it. Hopefully we don't see kind of the tragedy we saw in Norway versus Belgium, where it was just a couple really untimely breaks instead of like incredible combos that made the difference. I'd much rather see people like holding ridiculous combo. And once again, we see people breaking on that little double at the start with Serpy and Simone Trapani. I don't know, that like double into the slider, people just miss it, and I don't know quite why. Maybe it's harder than it looks, I guess. It's gonna be Singapore starting off with a little bit of a lead thanks to that. Moose Pie and Kiroshi trade a couple early breaks. It's Kitty, Low Slight, and RT0 on the FCs against just Kane for Italy. But everyone's got a lot of time to build up combo in this one. It's a pretty lengthy map. Most maps in this pool are pretty long. The average is almost 3 minutes or something like that. Up. And a slider break from Serpy on that big vertical slider after a break from RT0 just a bit before. We've got Kitty and Low Slight with the FCs, Moose Pie with a pretty solid combo. Meanwhile, no FCs for Italy, but Kiroshi and Simone Trapani with decent combo. Kane trying to back them up, but this one's going to be favoring Singapore for now. They have a 140,000 point victory. There's a couple of spots that this is really going to come down to in this map, though. Gotta get through these Kiais. That long, somewhat awkward, spaced pattern. But man, Singapore looking to take a big enough lead that it's not even gonna matter as Kiroshi and Simone Trapani find a matching break here in this chorus. Kane the biggest combo at only 453. Meanwhile, Kitty and Low Slight still on the FCs for Singapore, looking very strong on this map. Things are gonna get a little bit awkward here. As we get into the last third of the map, things get kind of tricky. Everybody makes it through these split triples. Bit of finger control, some awkward kind of rhythm. Low Slight does lose his FC to those doubles. Moose Pie breaks right after. This could get interesting here. It's Kitty and RT0 holding the combos for Singapore. All 4 members of Italy with some sort of combo. Kane and Serpy the largest at 600 and 440. Here comes a big space pattern. This could be big. Will everybody hit it? They do. No breaks. We saw a couple misses on that in the last match, so it was a potential spot to see some misses, but not this time. 400,000 point lead is going to shrink here for Singapore, but the break from Kirochi, don't know if there's going to be enough time left for Italy to have any sort of comeback in this one, despite the combo lead. Thanks to Kitty's FC and RT0 with an 800 combo, Singapore will hold on to this lead, and that's going to be another break point. So Singapore are going to win 3 points in a row. Well, cursor dancing from Kirochi there at the end, definitely, I think, a little bit tilted. Very good performance from Singapore once again. 400,000 point lead, a 3-2 lead now in the match. Their next pick to come, they'll be able to go up 4-2 here. Next pick for Singapore is going to take us into Hard Rock number 2. With their third pick of the match, it's going to be Proud Dust, the CS 6.5 Hard Rock. Very, very tricky cursor control precision aim pick. We'll see how the small circle size aim holds up for these players. CS 6.5 Data map with 90 BPM, and it's just all about how well you can control your aim. When the circles are that small, I think that's kind of just what happens, isn't it? Try to click tiny circles. OC for ants, you know? Looks like we should be getting underway here shortly. Moose Pie, Kitty, Low Slight, and RT0 against Kirochi, Kieran, Wonder, and Simone Trapani. Players attempt to load in. Low Slight and Kirochi and Wonder. Wonder's playing a map that isn't even in this pool, by the way. I'm really not sure. How? He's playing a Skystar map. I think that happened in Course Ace, actually. I saw somebody talking about it happening in Course Ace as well. It was that same map. That's so weird. Early break from Moose Pie. Early break from Kieran as well, but advantage Italy. Hopefully, you got your magnifying glasses out for the screen on this one because it's tricky to follow along what's happening otherwise. Tough little linear aim patterns. You can see Wonder falling victim to one of them. Linear aim is one of those skills that, like, feels so polarizing. You either can just aim those type of patterns, or they look really hard. I'm on the side of them being really hard. It looks like Kitty's gonna find a break as well. Really gonna keep the advantage here. Kiroshi Simochirani on the FCs. Kieran with a big combo behind them. RT0 and Low Slate on the FCs. Moose Pie behind him. But it's a bit of combo behind here for Singapore. It's gonna stay pretty close for now, though. Just about 30,000 points separating the two teams. Halfway through already, though. Italy needs to find some breaks. Kiroshi and RT0 are going to trade. That is better for Italy than for Singapore. Simochirani breaking, though, that's not better for Italy anymore. Low Slate breaking, my gosh. It's falling apart. It's in shambles. Oh, Kiroshi and Kieran breaking as well as Simochirani. Wonder the only combo now for Italy. Meanwhile, Moose Pie at 440, Kitty at 280. The lead goes over to Singapore as Italy just falls apart at the seams. Oh, man, you hate to see that. Italy in shambles. Moose Pie breaking as well. This map is an absolute fiesta, but it's a 100,000 point lead somehow for Singapore. Kitty gonna try to hold on to this combo as we go into the last quarter of the map. Combo fairly even across all players. There's a break from RT0. This is still able to come back to Italy. There's still time. Kieran's gonna find a break. RT0 is gonna find another break. Wonder matching Kitty. Simochirani and Kiroshi. Oh, Kiroshi and Kitty trade breaks. That's actually better for Italy. That's gonna be the combo lead expanding out a little bit. Staying very close, 70,000 points. We're just gonna go into the ending. Moose Pie with another break as well. Wonder and Simochirani can bring this one home for Italy if they can keep those combos into the ending. Low Slate doing what he can, but I think this is gonna flicker over the absolute last second. Spin to win, lads. Spin to freaking win. Is it gonna be enough for Italy? I don't think so. It does end up being a 21,000 point win for Singapore. That was pretty darn close. I mean, literally just a couple tiny different combos, and that could have gone over to Italy's way. Singapore just managed to hold on by the smallest of margins. I mean, geez. I almost wonder if it just came down to some accuracy. Kitty 99.24, Wonder 99.51, Low Slate 98.09, Kieran 98.53. I mean, the accuracy was really pretty similar across the board, actually. It's those tiniest of combo differences. All that it came down to in the end. That is 4 points on the trot in favor of Singapore, from 2-0 down to 4-2 up. Well, Singapore in the driver's seat, Italy a little bit on the back foot. And I don't know what the hell's going on. For the first time, oh my god, we finally get Nomad 5. Thank the Lord. I was so worried this was just never gonna exist. Italy is opting into it with their 4th pick. This will be their 2nd to last pick, no matter what. Reels Think Alone, the Evolutionism diff, mapped by D-Random Otaku. 3 minutes and 41 seconds long. Fairly consistent difficulty you've got. Well, not, I shouldn't say that. It's a fairly long map. It's consistent in the kiais and then fairly simple in the verses. So, gotta be on your toes on this one. For some tricky sliders and some slightly awkward rhythms. But mostly this is just a freaking banger. This song is so good. Little 1/3 rhythms. You just heard that. 1/3. Kinda tricky. They can trip you up if you're not ready for them. Here we go. Map number 7. Italy needs this point. Down 4-2. Singapore with Artisan Kitty, Lowslight, and RT0 against Kiroshi, Serpi, Wonder, and Simone Trapani. Really break from Lowslight. That was a little weird. Very heavy on the slider and kick slider aim, but with some little bits of triple burst and fairy control required in it as well. We see several early breaks. Artisan Kitty and Serpi all missing in that intro, as well as Lowslight right at the beginning. So lead goes to Italy for the moment. This is that verse section that we're kind of talking about. Just not a lot to it. Pretty straightforward, simple. But then we get into the chorus and things get a little bit more difficult again. Buzz sliders that are relatively easy to break on if you're not careful. It's a little triple 1/3. Hiroshi trips up. I wonder if he's sight reading. You know that 1/3 is there, you shouldn't break on it, but you might just not know about it. And back into this intro rhythm pattern with the slider aim and kick sliders. Nobody breaking. All right, everybody holds through this time. It is combo advantage to Singapore. This lead will probably flicker over to them by the end of the section. Oh, Simone Trapani slider breaking. What did he actually slider break on there? That can't happen. That is not allowed. That is a mishap on the side of Italy. You hate to see it. Lead's gonna go over to Singapore now. Oh, but RT0 does break on one of those buzz sliders. That's gonna keep it pretty close. Both teams suffering a pretty silly miss in this section of the map. Slow sliders, never fun. And